Hello, my name is Victoria Hilsberg. I'm a researcher based in Germany, Berlin, and I recently have finished my master thesis on the usage of NFT technology in contemporary arts. I'm also working as an art consultant for artists and galleries wanting to enter the Web3 space. So, first of all, let's talk about what a DAO actually is. Because today's talk is about how DAOs, a blockchain-based technology, is intervening with the contemporary arts. A DAO is an internet-native, blockchain-based, and collectively owned organization, a decentralized autonomous organization. It does not have a central authority, but every organization as such is working towards a shared mission or goal. And this is, as well as the basic rules, outlined in something called the white paper, which is a public document. And every member, upon entering into the organization, is accepting those terms or rules. Most DAOs are underlined by something called like DAO-owned token, think like cryptocurrency, which works or can work as a treasury. Governance, coordination, and actions are decided upon together, as well as on how the funds are used. This concept is relatively new and exists since around 2014. With this paper I'm presenting, I say one challenge of contemporary art is to develop new techniques and therefore complexity which can match and confront the one of society itself. And I say that DAOs do represent a technology-based strategy to do so. 3 points to underline this. DAOs manifest agent networks in their practice through its technological infrastructure. The white paper can work as a frame for especially or for example regarding the governance inside the group. And the grouping process takes place through becoming a member, through be a member of a DAO. This can confront conflicts and provide solution through consistency internally and externally. This regards to activism movements we already have seen, for example, in the 1960s with the Art Workers Coalition in New York, for example, but giving it a long-lasting framework in the digital expansion of our contemporary world. See, as an example for that, the Black Swan DAO. The Black Swan DAO has it as its goal to act through blockchain-specific protocol mechanisms as a trusted network inside the contemporary art world. Further, it would and acts as a platform for democratized cultural funding processes. One example, any group or individual who seeks funding can propose ideas or projects to the DAO, to the Black Swan DAO. Pressing the hierarchization, the DAO members decide through a democratic voting mechanism who receives the funding, not through evaluating the individual background of the person doing the proposal, but the quality of the project itself. The Black Swan DAO developed through this practice a consensus building tool for collectives, which is open for everybody, called Signet. This forwards to the second prominent feature of DAOs. Collectives were always present, but as in times of crisis, as in recent years, we see an enhancement of those structures. And DAOs show their participatory qualities through its community-based open network policy, implementing and encouraging structurally the participation of all parties, as a DAO itself consists out of a network. And this is pressing one very important point, as there must not be a perceivable, achievable goal, as cultivating a network can be it. DAOs can also act as a statement in our unprecedented times. Ethereum-based TerraZero, founded by Paul Seidler, Paul Colling, and Max Hampshire, has the goal of a technology-augmented, self-reliant ecosystem. The TerraZero DAO itself represents a forest. DAO members, initial DAO members, provide the initial funding for buying and for obtaining a piece of forest. With the generated profit through obtaining this piece of forest, the DAO itself is buying out the initial funding members share by share. This would mean that the DAO representing the forest would basically buy itself. Therefore, the forest would own itself. This creates effectively a self-governed forest through automated blockchain-based processes, so-called smart contracts. And well, this is one possible symbiosis of human and machine. Well, what is next? DAOs do provide the technological frame for participatory practices and further discourse, for example, regarding socio-economical relations, but have the capability already to be positioned as a collective co-authorship work itself, discussing sustainability or current cybernetic developments. However, with some DAOs, there's still human interactions involved. And of course, since there are still humans involved, misinformation can lead to manipulation of those organizations. But DAOs do already reassess the current processes with engaging solutions. And while DAOs already really engage in different fields, especially in the contemporary art, I believe there will be seen much more of those in the future. Thank you very much. I would love to talk about this topic later, also, for example, about the technology background, and of course now. But you can also then contact me later on. Here are two possibilities to do just that. Thank you very much.
Merci beaucoup, Victoria.
Thank you, Victoria.
We have time for one or two questions. So, est-ce qu'il y a une question? Oui, il y a une question.
Do we have a question? Yes, indeed, sir. A microphone is coming up your way. Thank you.
It was really interesting. I just wanted to clarify the TerraZero DAO. Is that so? Participants are buying literal forest? Oh, right. Okay. So you buy a portion of land. Can you explain a little bit more about how that actually works?
Okay. So the idea is that you provide funding in the beginning process, and with this collective funding, a piece of forest is bought. So you have like this element. You actually have then the piece of forest. And over time, when you have a piece of forest, you can actually gain profit through obtaining it. You sell wood, and then things in the forest, what you do. And then with this profit goes back into the DAO systems. And with this profit, actually, then you can buy out the shares, the initial, then you have again the individual first members of the DAO, and they can be bought out, basically like in a company. Like you can see a DAO either as a network, like an organization, like a group, like a collective. You can also see it as an alternative company idea. And however you would like to position it, you can idealize the actions of it.
And so once the original members are bought out,
Mm-hmm.
then makes decisions about the use of the land.
Well, and then this idea is actually that you would have maybe people working actually for the DAO. So the DAO as such would be the forest, but then the forest would have workers working for them. You see? That's the idea. And it's actually in process, so this is not a theory.